Good Wednesday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, Internal Combustion Engine Age YouTube channel. That talks about all my cars and trucks and SUVs and motorcycles, life, the attitudes, YouTube, all that fun stuff on what a beautiful Wednesday morning. What a beautiful Wednesday morning. Just is truly just beautiful time of year up here for us. Always thanks for all those that tune in my channel. Appreciate support. Appreciate the interaction and the personal comments. So hope everybody's having a blessed morning there. I think I'm gonna call this the week of hell. I think that I think I'm gonna call this the week of hell. It's been unbelievable. My phone just crapped out. If technology doesn't drive you nuts, what will? You don't get too personal here, but oh my gosh, this frickin' gate, this thing is so maddening. I hate this frickin' gate. In fact, this whole property here is driving me nuts. Yeah, it's the week of hell. This gate is turned into a major frickin' project. It's unbelievable. And since I have dogs, and I have neighbors walking up and down the street with their dogs, and I used to have years ago, people would just pull into my driveway and decide to go fishing down my pond. So the gate is a security thing for many reasons. It just keeps the riffraff out. But oh my God, programming this gate, I had to relocate the mounting bracket on this gate. So I called Mighty Mule. 45 minutes later, after waiting on the line, he tells me that arm, you can't set the reverse feature. That arm has to go all the way back in. So what you have to do is figure out where the bracket is on the gate all the way back in. That's the only way it works. You can only set the close limit. Okay, that's all right, not a big deal. But in this unit, so this here is an older unit. Inside that unit, you have dip switches to program your own codes to get in and out of your gate. This doesn't have that. There's no dip switches to make your personal codes. So you just have to hit learn on a button in there, put your button up in front of it, and then it codes it, and you get the capability to open the gate with your new gate opener and your new fob. So sure, I did that yesterday. And it wasn't until this morning, I'm now realizing I've got a major problem. You know what the major problem is? This gate opener is tied into my barn. So when you go to open the gate, so I push the gate button, my barn, once you get close to my barn over here, the barn doors are going to close. Now, whether you realize it or not, I had to go in yesterday and reprogram every one of my vehicles to that gate setting. You know how much work that was? So every one of my vehicles, I had to get in them and program every one for this new code. I get up this morning, get out of my camper, and as I'm walking over to the house, I notice the front gate's open. And I'm like, why is the front gate open? What happened? What's that all about? So here I go. I'm going to close the barn doors right now. Okay? Look, there goes the barn doors. Guess what's going on? Beyond believable. Why the hell is that now? Why the hell is this thing? So now I'm going to have to reprogram my barn doors to just outsmart the frickin' stupid ass gate thing. So now it's all off sync. So see here, now my barn doors are open, but now the gate is screwed up. So now I'll try it again. Just unbelievable technology. So the morons at Mighty Mule that took away the dip switch capabilities to create your own codes for your own little gate openers. You guys are stupid. You're just a bunch of morons. Engineers, I hate to say it, but you guys are the worst. You're the worst. You create shit. I mean, am I pissed? Yes. You know how many hours I've put in that gate right now? Look how many cars I have. Do you realize how much work that is? What a fucking joke. I mean, I know, I'm getting foul mouthed. It is so maddening. Oh my God. So now I'm going to have to go recode every car and every little transmitter thing to now a different code on this barn doors. And somebody like, what's the big deal about the barn doors? Well, if I have a car sitting inside here and somebody pulls up in the driveway, like my wife or kid, the barn doors will start closing on the freaking thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, sometimes I just feel like it's time just to pack it all up and go live a different life. Yeah. Yes. Who doesn't have that feeling? Yeah, I can say the week of hell. The freaking stupid ass barn. I shouldn't say the barn, the gate. Yeah, and why the lightning hit that? It just doesn't end, does it, anybody? Yeah, when you have tons of crap comes with it. That's life. And there's Kiefer, who wants to just rile all the dogs up. You ain't going upstairs, dude. You ain't going upstairs. You ain't going up. No. You're first in line, but you're going to be last. Nope. Come on back here. Come on back here. No. No, get up there. Nope. 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 He just loves to be the domination dog. So, anyway, so, this morning, I'll just tell you straight up, I wasn't even going to make a video. I really wasn't. I was just like, it's just so much work. So I wasn't even make one. And what I'm doing is I'm not reading any content. So for my content right now, it's totally in the lull because I'm sick of reading the news. I really am. But the real story is just for me, it's just the amount of energy you need to put into this channel to create the stories and get creative, and for me to share the information for all of you to watch my channel. And that takes a lot out of you. You talk for 45 minutes like I do, just doing this, because I talk at least 35 to 45 minutes on these videos. And that's just my beginning of my day. And then, as I was saying yesterday, as I grow my channel, it's becoming more apparent to me that something's just not right. Something doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense that when I had 100 subscribers and I had 1,000 subscribers, the amount of views I had on my channel overall versus now that I have 12,000 subscribers. So it just is not adding up. And once again, I think that the sad truth to YouTube is, in so many ways, it's a scam, because it's just people buying fake users and fake commenters and fake viewers to drive the advertising for YouTube. I truly believe that's really is all. And YouTube, they love it because YouTube can sell advertising. So why would YouTube really give two craps if YouTubers out there are cheating the system and just creating fake users? And here's what I'm figuring out, is that you hear the constant word algorithm. So I'm thinking to myself, yeah, if you have all these fake accounts, then they pick up on your same conversation day in, day out. And so then those automatically, I guess, create a view automatically, because it's the same language that these fake users pick up on that algorithm. I think it's a whole, to me, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that every YouTuber here is cheating the system, but I think there's a lot that are, because I just can't fathom the individual gets up every day and tells you that, well, the world's coming to an end, day in, day out, and gets 100,000 views. And it's the same content every day. It's, as I've said a gazillion times, it's the car business is going out of business. Car dealers are in trouble. GM and Ford can't sell vehicles. And then it's the banking crisis it's over. The banks are all going to be closing. The real estate industry, it's over. It's finished. Everybody's housing it repoed. Everybody's cars. So it's just the same type of language through these select YouTubers that it's obvious that whatever they've created, it follows that algorithm, and then it makes it look like a ton of people are watching that same type of content. Which for me, I wish somebody would reach out my channel and say, yeah, I love clicking on all these negative YouTube video guys, and I do it every day. I dedicate my day to watching all the gloomer doomers. And I got tons of friends, and that's all I want to watch is these gloomer doomer videos, versus Cletus McFarlane, who gets creative and does like the Discovery Channel, and he has like his own junior Discovery Channel where he's building cars and racing things. And then go to Mr. Beast. He, in some ways, is like the Fear Factor guy. The Fear Factor, Joe Rogan style of creating content now, of challenging people to sit in a building for 90 days. And if you can fathom that for 90 days, you get $250,000. So that type of stuff, I can understand that draws attention. But this is where I get aggravated on my channel. Here I walk around every morning bringing content to my subscribers with really good information of what's going on in the automotive world, and then what's kind of going on in the state of times, and it doesn't really get any views. So that's why you hear me scratching my head. It just doesn't make any sense, because you're telling me if I got up this morning and I walk my neighborhood and I point out all the imperfections of the neighborhood, of people not taking care of their house, and that one's going to be foreclosed on, tax auction. Do you really think that my channel would go from 150 to 250 people who watched it to 30,000 views within 3 to 4 hours, to 100,000 views one day later? But this is what these other YouTubers that I witness, this is what they do. They walk around and they talk to you, and like Dan the Man, allegedly, his most common word is, "Hey, I got a good one for you today. Hey, I got a good one for you today." And then he walks around and he explains to you what he feels is going to play out in the world around us. And he gets 30, 40, 50, 80, 100,000 views. John Williams posts a video 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day. They're talking about how the whole country is going to dire straits, and how the government's going to take everything from us, and how he goes through the worst case scenario over and over and over again all day long, every day, and he gets 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 hits. So what you're feeling from me more than ever on my channel is it's the efforts I put into this channel, and the money's just ain't coming. And what do I do to change that? And what I'm hearing from other subscribers is you're going to have to create the fake channel, which to me, how disappointing. How disappointing that sounds to me. And that's what I've got the answer from quite a few people, is you're going to have to buy your subscribers, which, wow. So, to me, that's just like, to me, that just gives me a rotten taste in my mouth. So it's the week of hell for all the aggravation I'm going through with this freaking gate up here, and other challenges too. I've got other challenges that just are very challenging right now for me as well, going on in my life as well. So just a lot of things going on. And once again, I wasn't even going to make a YouTube channel this morning, but what kind of spurred it was Mr. Sanchez actually did not unsubscribe. So I thought that was nice to hear, and he did listen to my conversation. And so I think that's pretty cool. So for Mr. Sanchez, I'm glad to see you're still part of the channel. And yeah, I was sad to see you go, but I get it. And he said, yeah, you pretty much hit it on the head. It's more about the motorcycling that really brings his interest to my channel. This type of conversation, it just doesn't really drive in my channel. And I get that. And I know that on my channel from day one when I created it, being about all the cars and trucks and motorcycles and my addictions, I knew that always would be challenging to try to create conversation content like a cars and coffee type of round table type of talking. And I always have known that would be challenging. But now that I'm more into this, more heavy into it, and I see other YouTubers of what they talk about on a daily, everyday basis, which to me is boring. It's the same story. To hear the used car dealer guy tell me yet again another day that the used car industry is in a shambles and the new car industry is in a shambles, to me it just gets to be like, well, yeah, okay, well, all right, well, what's tomorrow's news? But he gets 30, 40, 50,000 hits. I don't believe it. I think these are all fake YouTubers that are paying off to create their channels. So here we are, too many bikes. Yeah, I agree. Too much stuff. Too much stuff. Is it time just to go the other direction? I may have no choice. It may not be if I want to or don't want to. Good Lord. The debt burden. Yeah, the week of hell. The hell of debt. Yeah, it's significant. Yeah, who starts to feel that pain as I start to change my mind and think, it isn't worth it. It's not worth it. Just start saying, let it go. And I really thought, sincerely, in my YouTube channel, that having such a collection of vehicles and motorcycles, that I just thought that would intrigue more people, even to be even more intrigued to kind of be involved in my channel, because I truly have such this collection of different vehicles that I can sincerely relate with you and tell you what I think makes sense and doesn't make sense, because I own them and I drive them. And I'll tell you straight up, the Kirby truck is the worst. It's the worst. I only wish I could have driven this truck up at Koons Baltimore Ford at a more lengthy time. I would not have bought the truck. It's got major steering front end problems. I now even question if Kirby sold this truck because he realizes after what he did to it, it didn't ride right. And he just felt like, yeah, you know what, I'll find somebody else to buy it. I think that's what, I'm starting to feel like that's what happened. Because the truck looks cool, but it drives like crap. Yeah, it's just so bad. It's ridiculous. Still waiting on my other supercharger part for the never-ending Whipple. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, this will now turn into 7 months later. Yeah, it'll be 7 months later before that whole car is even done. Yeah, for what, right? So, but the thing is, in my channel, I always felt like I would get a lot more attention and be a much bigger, faster subscriber base, because I can really share with you really what makes sense and doesn't from driving all the different vehicles that I own. And the people would reach out on a more consistent basis and say, hey, you know, I'm thinking about getting the Ford Explorer ST. What do you think? And I'll say, it's outdated. It's an outdated vehicle. Is it a nice vehicle? It is. But is it anything like the competition? Not really, because it's a Ford product and it's an okay product, but it's not a great product. So if anybody said, you know, I'm really looking for that luxury, really quality, I'd be like, no, this is a police cruiser in disguise. This isn't the vehicle for you. I would look at something else. Somebody said the Ram TRX, what would you do? If you got the throwaway money, I'd buy one. If you don't, I wouldn't get one, because it doesn't give you that same feeling as a high performance car does. So like my Dodge Hellcat, Charger Hellcats, when you nail it, you get that kick in the frickin' ass and you go. This is such a big vehicle, it doesn't give you that. Is it a fun vehicle? It is, but it's a lot of vehicle. It's a wide vehicle, big tires, it's a gas hog, it's a lot of money, and it gives you only limited towing capabilities. So I would wait for the new RHO Ram that has an inline six, more affordable, probably not too bad in fuel economy, and you still have a good looking truck. I really don't think you're gonna be going 100 miles an hour down the road every day of your life in this truck here. You get over here, the Mojave Jeep, I'd have to honestly say, if you're really a Jeep person, the Mojave package is better than taking the Rubicon package. The Mojave has a little different front end suspension on how the wheelbase is. So it just gives you a little better, softer ride. It's a much more comfortable vehicle. But overall, is it a great vehicle? Would I take the Mojave or would I take the Colorado? I would take the Colorado over the Mojave. And the reality is, these things are now discounted significantly, but these are $60,000+ vehicles. So you have to step back and say to yourself, you're going to buy a Jeep Mojave that's $60,000+, or you could have a nice Colorado ZR2 Bison Edition. I'm going to take the Colorado. So if you're on that page and you're not stuck to one brand versus another, I'm going to weigh my options on the Mojave. Mojave's just wow. I'd even weigh my options on the Ford Ranger. Ford F450 two-door truck, cool looking truck, beats the crap out of you. It really beats the crap out of you. It's a two-door truck. So if anybody out there is looking for a nice F450 truck and you think you can get a deal because you got a two-door and you'll be happy, not really. I mean, you go pull it with this thing, a 1,000-mile trip, you're going to know it because it's going to beat the crap out of you. But if it's about the look, it's a budget, then there you go. Over here, the Ford F450, these things now are $100,000 vehicles. It's beyond believable. This is a house payment. But it's a badass truck. It's a great tow vehicle. Only negative on it is they have the walk tendency in the front end because of these solid front axles. Another guy comes to me and goes, would you get a Ford Raptor? Oh, I would. I love the Ford Raptor. I think this is the best truck you can have for the fun factor. Even without having the most horsepower, it's an incredibly enjoyable, fun truck. It's more fun than the Ram TRX. It drives better. It just feels better. But these things are a dime a dozen everywhere. The Ram TRX is not. So for the uniqueness and the real growl, I'm going to take the Ram TRX as far as that goes. But for overall just incredible ride and just really a fun truck. Once again, the Ford Raptor truck wins in that. But if you're a V8 guy, you're going to have to go with the Ram TRX because you can get these things used now in a $70,000 range, and you can't get a V8 Raptor R anytime soon used probably for under 100 grand. They're all going to be 120, 130 grand. The Ford race truck, badass. It's just throwaway money. If you got throwaway money, just have something that's really cool. It's very choppy, a very choppy suspension. So long driving, it beats the crap out of you. Looks cool, sounds cool, it's fast, it's unique, it's just a toy. Yes, I think it's a great thing to have, but once again, you're gonna get beat up in it. It's not a daily, it's just a toy. You go to the Lightning truck. Lightning truck is a great truck. It's a very usable truck if you're local. If you got your own contracting company, landscaping company, you're doing 150, 250 mile days, it'll be perfect for you. If you're going to buy it for the family and you're going to go on your long trips and excursions, no, it's not going to work for you because the charging capabilities will always put you in an aggravating moment where you'll be looking for charging stations and charging stations don't always work. And then if you want to pull a camper, you're going to go about 80 miles. It's the worst investment you could ever buy because nobody wants to buy them. If you buy it, it'll be worth half after you buy it. So, but if you're a local guy and you're not doing lots of miles and it's just looked at as your truck and you can buy one for 60 grand, 60, 70 grand, I think that's great. I would get one. The 90, 100 grand days, those are gone. Those days are gone. Ford realizes that that's the guys like me got suckered into paying that. So I'm stuck with that for a long time, unless I just let Ford come and get it, which, yeah, part of me is like, yeah. You know, part of me sometimes says, just to stop my addictions, I just start letting the car companies come get my cars. Because then my credit gets ruined and I can't buy cars anymore. In some ways, it's the devil's advocate. And I think to myself, maybe my days come, because for me to get out of these cars, the amount of money I have to spend to get out of them, there's no way. There's no way. I would need hundreds of thousands of dollars. So what do? You let them, I've been through this before in my life. You let them take it, then they chase you for the difference of the value. And then you settle for half the value of what they got for it, and then goodbye, see you later. Ruins your credit. The Jeep Grand Wagoneer, unbelievable. This car here is $98,000. This is now a $60,000 vehicle in the market. Yes, true, but they're still selling the new ones for $100,000. So if I gave this up, they would give me like 65 for it. They put it on the lot for 75, so we probably get it for 71, 70, and they just saved themselves $25,000. It's a beautiful, great vehicle to me. I really do like it, and so it's a very comfortable car. I love I like the inline six Hurricane motor. It works for me. And this vehicle gets on the highway a good 20 miles per gallon. And it has plenty of power. But as far as towing a big vehicle or a trailer, I don't think so. Jeep Grand Cherokee, I've had many of these. Wife loves this vehicle. Very accommodating. 5.7 motor, very comfortable. It's a great vehicle. Jeep's getting a little more aggressive. Ram's getting a little more aggressive on pricing. They're trying to discount these things more to make them more affordable, but they are a great vehicle. I'd highly recommend this vehicle for somebody that wants it, but somebody would be like, the V8's going to be a gas guzzler. Well, true, but it's got a V8 motor, but it's not that bad compared to the V6. And that's where the argument comes. A V6 Pentastar motor versus V8, it's not that big a spread of difference in the fuel economy. It's not 10 miles per gallon different. It may be 2 to 4 at best, but you have a lot of growl, a lot of power in that, and the interior of that thing is just so luxurious and so nice. And this is one of the vehicles that I buy, and my wife will have this for a long time because I'm not going to take it away from her or just make her mad. That'll be a 3-4 year owned vehicle. The Grand Wagoneer, she loves this vehicle as well, and I can't see that going anywhere anytime soon without making her very upset if I did something, because it's really her car. She drives it more than me. The Ram 2500, that's a kid's truck. She'd go nuts if I got rid of that. But that thing's at like 88,000 miles on it, and it's piped, but the kid loves it. The Ford Mustang GT, she loves that vehicle as well. And I modded it, put a Steeda suspension on it. I put the street style, not the racetrack style, so it still gives it a nice ride. I put the support bars in it. I put a shorty shifter in it. I put the sport bars front and rear. Then I put the nice Roush exhaust. I put the Corsa H pipe in the middle of it. That is just a really, really fun car. Kid loves it. Ford F-250 trucks. These are heavy-duty trucks. They have to have solid front axle. So without even modding the front end, doing a suspension lift and bigger tires, you're already going to have walking in that Ford F-250 series. All the Super Duty Fords, in my eyes, they're like the Jeeps. They walk a lot. And so when you mod them, it even makes it worse. And that's what I think I'm seeing in this truck right here. The Dark Horse, great car. I watched my video of my GT500. Yeah, should I have gotten rid of that? Probably not. Had my day with it. But this is a nice project car, and it's very enjoyable. It's really sporty. You feel like you're in a sports car, and it gives you that race feel. And I really do like this Dark Horse car. I think once I supercharge it, it's even that much more fun. Concerned about the weight in the front end. That supercharger weighs so much. Bronco, love the Bronco. The Bronco, in so many ways, is the better vehicle over Jeep. I think the Bronco is the better product over Jeep. And my good friend Mohammed, that works at Dulles Dodge, he's trying to get me into a 392 Jeep, freshly used. I'm just not really up for it. But he's trying to get me a 392 Jeep Wrangler. And they're nice, but they're a lot of money. And I think the Bronco, bang for the buck, especially you get a discount now. If you get the Wild Track package, I think you've done really well. And I think you're in the $50,000 range. And these are just really, I think, beast mobiles. I think you buy one. I've been very fortunate. It's my 5th Bronco. I have not had issues. The V6 twin turbo, 2.7 liter motor. That thing is so cool, so powerful, and it's just a great package. And it's very versatile and very usable. And I would buy this over a Jeep Wrangler all day long. I mean, sincerely. The Chevy Colorado, it's a mid-sized truck, and it's just crazy what the pricing is on cars anymore. And yeah, it's pricey, but it really is growing on me. I really do like it. I wish I had the adaptive cruise control on it. I wish I had a hold feature when you hit the light, because it just takes the stress off of me when I work out of it. The retractable steps have made it better, but it's still, you got to jump into the truck and jump out. That is a workout to get in and out of that truck. Now, if you're not working out of it like I do, you're not going to be a big deal if you're only getting out of the truck a few times out of the whole day. But I get out of the truck like 20, 30, 40 times in a day. That wears you out. But I really do love the truck. I love the look of it. It makes me feel like a kid again, because that's my true beginnings of my first truck that my dad bought, was that color Chevy Silverado stepside, 1978. And so it just brings back memories to me of my true beginnings of being a Chevy guy more so than a Mopar guy. Even though I wanted my dad to buy a Mopar, a Ram, Power Wagon, he didn't have the money to do it back then. Here we are, another Lightning truck. Yeah, I know. I swapped the Mach-E for this. And why, right? Well, because this is a work truck. I can write it off as a tax write-off, and it's more usable than the Mach-E. The Mach-E always sat, and I do like the white setup, and I'd rather get rid of the black one. But at the same time, if the dire straits come, like everybody predicts, we're going to have, just so you know, I've talked about it many times, we're going to have a world energy crisis because the EV agenda is not taking off the way it should. So what you do is you create a crisis of oil, and then people will be forced to buy electric vehicles because at the gas stations I can have any fuel for you. Think I'm making that stuff up, right? You just stay tuned. Just stay tuned on how this EV agenda doesn't start accelerating itself. The world energy crisis of oil will be a major problem, because it'll force you to buy an electric vehicle versus sit in a gas station for a whole day to get a few gallons of gas. Trust me, that's right around the corner. People think I'm crazy? Nah, no way. We live in a society of fake users, fake YouTubers, fake politicians, fake businesses, more than ever. Cybersecurity, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So why couldn't somebody hack the petroleum industry infrastructure? Why couldn't somebody blow up the Colonial traditional pipeline that runs up the eastern seaboard? And all it does is it creates a whole different mindset instantly of the ice age to, guess what? The EV age. Yeah, it sounds far-fetched. Yeah, right. Hey, the Dodge Charger, cool car, expensive as hell. Yeah, another vehicle I bought. That why the hell did I buy that? Too much money, but it's fun. I love the Super B package. They don't make them anymore, so this is it. But yet these things have no value. So how wrong was I on that one? After I predict that there's going to be a fuel crisis, as I'm telling you this and that, as you said, we got all these cars you bought, all of them lost their ass. Well, for the record, everybody's lost their ass right now in the car market, every part of the market, because it's overinflated, and it's all come to be because of what? The greed factor of what the government gave everybody all this free money that then created the greed factor for the big businesses to see they could jack all the prices, and people had the government money to pay for everything. Anybody connecting the dots, which enrich these big companies more than any time in modern times. The biggest companies that Joe Biden now has enriched is the oil companies, the automotive industry, the Costco's, all the big pharma. Does anybody catch on to this? But yet you'll be told that if Donald Trump was in office, all the greed of other big businesses would be enriched from Donald Trump. But the people that follow Joe Biden apparently have blinders on because they don't understand that Joe Biden actually created that. Joe Biden has created the highest level of the stock market in modern times. In their opinion, that means everything's more expensive. It's all inflation. So you're buying higher priced stocks because everything's more expensive. So people aren't connecting the dots on that. But once again, you're told, if you're conservative, that a guy gets in office, he'll enrich big business like never, ever seen. And he's a crony and he's corrupt. But yet Joe Biden gets elected, and the companies have posted their biggest profits, record profits. So how do they do that? From the government handing out money to people to have free money, so they don't give two craps. If you go out and they don't give two craps. If somebody gives you $10,000, you're not going to argue about buying something because it was free money to you. So, who cares? 10 grand. Yeah, that bike there usually sells for 10 grand. Now it's 20 grand. I get an extra 10 grand now. Good. I'll pay you 20 grand for it. That's fine. And that's what went on. Turns out it's pretty cool. So you come in the shop, and we got all the toys. The Honda Talon, third one for me. This is the most badass Talon I had yet to date because of that turbocharger. Blast. This thing is a race car blast. Love it. Kid loves the CBR 1000R, but she's learning whole different body. She's learning this is a lot of bike, and she knows that. Whole different body posture. It's a badass bike. I'd never own it. You can't. She's already talking about how her triceps. She feels that triceps in her lower back. Like, yep, I know about that. Honda Transalp. Should have bought that instead of the Honda Afro Twin. Basically half the price. Anybody out there, you're going to love the Honda Transalp 750, brand new. That is an incredible bike. You can ride it like a dirt bike. I do it on my own property. You can ride it like a dirt bike. The Honda Afro Twin, it's a heavier, bigger bike. It's not as easy to do the maneuvers that I do on that 750, and you don't feel as confident, but a really cool Super Dave Osborne look-alike paint theme type of bike. Honda Goldwing, it's my fifth Honda Goldwing, I believe. I think. 1, 2, or the fourth. No, fifth. Because I traded out my manual for the automatic. Get the automatic. If you're going to buy a Honda Goldwing, get the automatic. It's just so much more comfortable. All the technology. Best bike overall that I would have and keep. The Honda Monkey, just a fun little thing to blast around on. Triumph 3R, Rocket 3R, badass bike. The motor rumbles between your legs. Compared to other things, I don't think you can. What else is out there? It's 2,500 cc's between your legs. I don't know of anything else per se. Production bike is out there. I'd buy it. The Breakout, it's a unique specialty. It's the town bike, not really a long-term bike. It's a lot of fun, but it's a town bike. It's not a highway bike. You go back here, the Harley CVO ST. I think it's the baddest ass Harley I've owned yet to date. That is, to me, the baddest ass production Harley I've ever owned, and I think it saved me from dying. The Fast Johnny, old school technology, but that's really cool. I really do like that, and it's a lot of fun. The Lowrider ST, it's all about the kid. If you've got a stature, at what level you're, kind of your body stature, I think more accommodates that bike than your skills because of how low it's a low rider ST. The Camaro Z28, I think this is my baddest ass purchase of any vehicle per se that I've bought that could truly be a collector's car, and it just has so much cool stuff in it, and hope and pray I can keep that. The Gold Rush, I've had some of these damn Challengers. I thought that thing would be worth $125, $150 by now. Totally wrong on that because the market's saturated, flooded, and great car. Never ride it, drive it. But, long term, that'd be a car worth a lot of money. But long term, you're probably talking 10, 20 years plus before that would actually really come to be of any real money in my views. It could come back, but it's debatable on what Dodge does because of all the new technology they're bringing out with the new Dodge. It's hard to believe. the new Dodge Daytona is right around the corner from being hit in the lots. And for the Dodge dealerships, that's challenging for the Dodge guys because they really have lost the muscle. Not 100% yet, because there's still a lot of new Dodge Challengers and Chargers sitting on the lots, and there's still a lot of used Dodge Chargers and Challengers in the market. So I just can't see per se that the Dodge dealers have lost all the flair of the Mopar Power, and now right around the corner is the new Daytona. It'll be very interesting to see how many people flock to dealerships to buy that brand new Dodge Daytona all electric, and the new gas motor setup won't be available till next year. So it's going to probably be about a 6-month lull for you to be able to buy the brand new Dodge Daytona, which I think is the Italian flair, European flair look car. It looks kind of American, but it has definitely kind of that, to me, that European kind of, design into it. So in person, will it look more badass? I'm sure it will. Will it be a badass vehicle overall? I'm sure it will, but will it draw the flair of those people that are Ice Age or motorheads from the Ice Age to the EV age? I don't know. I don't think it will. Could be wrong. I don't have all the answers. But yet, all the other YouTubers, they seem to have all the answers of tomorrow. They get all the big hits, the big views. I meant to give my daughter that hat. I keep on forgetting to tell her. Just too many things going on. Between my business, my property, family, finances, a YouTube channel. Yeah, it's the week of hell. It really is. So just too much going on. You don't know. There's just too many other things going on that I'm not going to disclose to you. So, and as always, I went out of my way to make another video, which I sincerely said to myself yesterday, this morning, I'm not going to make one. I'm just going to take a time out. But I didn't do it. You guys keep on reaching out, giving me the motivation to keep her going. But at the same time, I'm like, where's the money? Where's the, and Mr. Sanchez like, yeah, but you said it wasn't about the money. Well, now that I put so much time into it, the money has to come because it's just too much time. And as I said before, if this thing just doesn't start to bring the money, I just have to focus my energy on something else and go a different direction because it's just too much work. So anyways, that's it. I'm going to shut up. As usual, I talk too much. That's who I am. So hey, Keefe, how you doing? Good boy. So that's it. Hope everybody has a blessed day. Stay safe and stay tuned.